AITA for banning Mill out of my house after she hung a picture of my husband's ex on the wall? My husband, 30, and I, 31, have just bought our first house together. We're loving it and we're excited to decorate it together. Unfortunately, my husband travels a lot for work and we've already had new furniture orders arrive. But I couldn't do it all myself. My mother-in-law offered to help and I agreed. Yesterday, I got back from work at 8 and was shocked to see one of the wall was full of framed pictures that Mill put there. That is not the main problem because these pictures were from his childhood. Graduation, birthdays, and then I saw the biggest framed picture of them all and is him and his ex on their wedding day. Context: Mill adores my husband's ex. She brings her up all the time and reminisces about the past years with her. Not only that, but she includes her in events and holidays which caused issues between us. I lashed out at Mill asking what the hell she put that picture on the wall for and how she thought it was an appropriate thing to do. I told her to take it down in that instance, but she defensive and said, "This is part of Derek's life and you cannot erase it." Then went on about how many hours she spent working on this wall and how I should try to be a little bit more appreciative. I lost my cool and flipped out on her. I took a share and removed the picture. She started arguing with me, asking what's wrong with me and calling me crazy. I told her to take the picture and leave, but she tried to say that it wasn't just the ex in that picture but my husband as well, but I told her I'd throw it out if she won't leave. She left but started texting me saying stuff like jealous, bitter, overbearing, controlling, etc. I responded telling her she disrespected me in my own home by what she did and proceeded to ban her from the house. She called my husband and forwarded a screenshot of the ban. He called me and we talked. He then said his mom ought to know better, but she didn't and I was right to be angry, but banning her from the house was an overreaction, like a crazy overreaction. He tried to get me to call her and cancel the ban, but I refused. He then ranted about how unfair I was being to make such decision when it's our house, not just mine. Conversation got nowhere and am now waiting for him to get home to talk. My in-laws are upset with me, saying I went overboard with this reaction and urged me to let Mill back into the house and drop this whole thing like it never happened. AITA for banning after this? NTA, it was a super inappropriate thing to do. Mill knew exactly what she was doing and now she is succeeding in driving a wedge between you and your husband. He should 100% have your back on this and his mother should apologize. Good luck for the future. If this is an indication of how things are going to be, you may well need it. NTA. I would have shred that picture right in front of her. She has no right to do that to you. NTA. Hang up a photo of you and your ex and see how hubby feels about it. Oh, it's childish and immature? Well, so is his mother. He needs to back you here. If he doesn't, is only going to continue to happen. She's going to keep on doing this to you until he stops it or you two break up. It sounds like she's trying to do that so he can get back with his ex. Hang a picture of you and your ex. See whether that is disrespectful. NTA. Your Mill deliberately did something to upset you in the likely knowledge that your reaction would put a strain on your relationship with your husband. She has chosen to sabotage you. Further, I am struggling to imagine having the audacity to decorate someone else's home for them. It would be one thing to have the idea and bring it up, but to just hang a bunch of photos? The woman has severe boundary issues. She can't recognize what isn't her relationship, her space, her choice. Even if she hadn't made deliberately inflammatory choices, I would think you and your husband should Take a big step back and either take a break from visits entirely or at minimum never let her over. Unsupervised, without you both present. To your husband's point about it being both of your homes, that's true. Why, then, does he not see the importance of you being entirely comfortable there? He can easily visit his mother literally anywhere else. NTA. That's very weird behaviors. I hate to say it, but you need to be prepared for this not being the end of it. This is classic nightmare mill location flag. If you feel comfortable, you could offer to back off the ban on the condition she stops doing things like that and that she cannot send horrible texts as she did that day. I'm sorry though, I think you need to be prepared that this is the first of many such incidents. NTA. This was a malicious power play from her. She hung that picture to show you that she will never accept you. It was a slap in the face. Your husband is a major too for not completely having your back. Don't feed the drama monster. She is looking for drama. Don't give it to her. The best way to drive her mad is not to react at all emotionally to her BS. That doesn't mean to revoke the ban. Protect your boundaries. But don't give her what she craves. It's hard to pretend to be cool. But starve her of her drama and she will move on. She did this for an emotional kick and she got it from you. Next time, just smile and tell her she is banned from your life. But smile and talk calmly. NTA. NTA. You might enjoy just no mill. But you not only have a problem with her, but your husband too. This is a massive overstep and he should recognize that. The ex is no longer a part of any of their lives, and if she does not want to adjust, she can't be either and has to recognize this. Who even does that? NTA. You were much kinder than I would have been. I would have destroyed the picture in front of the woman and then banned her. If she complained, I would have stated it must have been my picture to do with what I would since it was on my wall. She did know better. Your husband owes you an apology. NTA. Husband needs to understand this is because his mother escalated the argument after you made a boundary. Actually, I would have your husband talk to her first, if you are not comfortable doing so. But also because she needs to understand you are his choice. She can support him or she can fuck with his marriage. She is making you uncomfortable and unwelcome by including his ex in your new life together. She really needs to stop inviting the ex to family, neighborhood events also. They can meet privately if she is still friendly with her. I'd say this is probably going to be a recurring issue if you can't get her to stop. And your husband can't back you up on it. Even if he and the ex are still good friends and resolved the marriage amicably. It is not unreasonable to be uncomfortable with her continued presence. Unless they were already like that during your pre-marriage relationship. NTA. You should lift the ban when she apologizes. Clearly NTA. But I want to know one thing. She did the whole wall without talking to you about it? Did she hang photos of you too? Or were they only of hubby and his family? Ask your husband if this is his idea of our house. A wall decorated without permission by mommy. With pictures of him but nothing of you? Helping someone move in is one thing. Decorating while they're out is another. I don't want anyone decorating my house. And honestly, who wants a whole wall of pictures of themselves anyway? NTA. If she loves your husband's ex so much, she can marry her. NTA. This is over-the-top mill behavior. I don't want pictures of my own exes around my house. Sure, it's part of my past, but not part one want to see on my wall. Why would Mill think you or your husband would want that there? NTA. And I'd have done the exact same thing. That wasn't just overstepping boundaries. That was malicious. Anyone in their right mind would have known better than to put a photo of an ex as the center focus of someone's wall in their home. I think you need to sit down and really talk with your husband about why this isn't just a "she should have known better" situation. That, in my opinion, was her way of saying, "Look at what you'll never live up to in my mind." NTA many location flag there. Be careful. NTA what your mill did was totally inappropriate. NTA. It's more than just a simple picture. The mill showed complete disrespect to the op by hanging a picture of her husband's ex. Your spouse needs to grow a spine and put his mom in her place, otherwise you're gonna have a bumpy road in the marriage.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.